Hi, Sagittarius. Happy birthday to you. Those of you who are kicking off Sagittarius season, we've got a new moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd. We're going to connect and see what messages are coming up here for the Sagittarius collective, Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising. I'm labeling this as a message for the 21st through the 27th, but you might stumble upon it at a much later time, and that's fine. That's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it, whenever you're meant to hear the readings that are in it, messages that are in it. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So now, without further ado, let's see what's coming up for the Sagittarius collective. First card here is the Knight of Swords, okay? This could be an air sign person, a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. This can be sometimes disagreements. Like we might be dealing with someone that's really being persistent about something. They're demanding on their way. It could be somebody creating or stirring up drama. The Knight of Swords can also sometimes come up when something is being sped up, something is being accelerated in some kind of way. And so for some of you, there could be a little bit of a disagreement with someone that's causing you to speed up your plans. Like in a work situation, maybe you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm not happy here, but I'll start looking for a job after the new year, or I'll wait another 6 months, or whatever it might be, or oh gosh, my neighbors are so annoying, I'll start looking for a place, after this happens or after that happens. Something could be happening this week with the Knight of Swords that's making you think, oh gosh, no, I can't wait that long. I can't wait until the new year to start looking, or I can't wait 6 months. Like I'm gonna have to start making other plans. I'm gonna have to start getting the ball rolling here because I don't want to do this anymore. The thing about the Knight of Swords is the Knight of Swords is not open to discussion. The Knight of Swords wants what they want, and that's it. Right? Like they're not going to try to reason. They're not going to try to be logical. They're not going to be open to discussion or compromise. And for whatever reason, I feel like this Knight of Swords person, Sagittarius, I feel like the most difficult thing for you to tolerate in the situation or to put up with is I feel like either this person is a lot younger than you, or just in general they're not experienced. Like they're demanding or they're insisting about something that they know nothing about. And your experience might be telling you, hey, this isn't such a great idea. This isn't going to work, right? I've been doing this a long time. I know how this thing goes. It's not, but they don't want to hear it. They're like, no, the old way is stupid and the new way is better. And like they don't want to hear it. And I feel that's going to be the most frustrating thing for you is you don't even know what you're talking about. Like you don't even have the experience, you don't have the knowledge, and you're coming in here and you're making these demands. I feel like it's going to really be getting under your skin. The next card here is the Queen of Swords. And this is boundaries. This could be like shutting something down. So with this Queen of Swords, I'm feeling like this energy of you may be putting a stop to this, or you may be putting down some kind of a boundary with this Queen of Swords. Like I said, I feel like this Knight of Swords is somebody younger or less experienced, and you're more like the Queen of Swords, where you're like, hey, look, this isn't my first rodeo, right? So the way I feel this transpiring is that you may be saying that you're not going to be liable for something. You may be saying that, I'm not going to sign off on that, or I'm not going to invest in that, or I'm not going to sign that contract or that agreement, or um you may be taking something up to a higher level. Like if it's in a work situation, you may be disagreeing with a supervisor, and you may be having to like appeal it, or put it up to like a higher person or higher situation. Like, here's why I can't do this, right? Like, you might know that it's gonna end up causing trouble, right? It's like something that can't be done. I remember, and I think it happens to a lot of people. You might be in a situation or a work situation where you're dealing with a supervisor who somehow got that job, but they might not know about this line of work. I've worked legal jobs and I've worked in legal departments, and every so often we'd get a supervisor who uh, didn't have any kind of a legal background, and they would want us to do things, and we'd be like, the court is not going to accept that. We can't do that. Like, we'll get in trouble if we do that. So it could be like that kind of a situation where, hey, look, there's rules here. Maybe it's an OSHA regulation situation where you're like, hey, this is like violating safety rules, and I'm not going to be held liable if somebody gets hurt. But you may be taking something up for review, or to a higher situation. Some of you maybe in some kind of a personal dispute, and maybe you're feeling like you want to take this to, like reporting it in some way. Maybe you're reporting it if you're having a dispute with your landlord. Maybe you're reporting it to, like, the housing uh, department or housing commission or whatever you might have in your area. uh, you may be reporting somebody for some kind of violation, or some kind of breaking of rules. For some reason, that's the feeling and the sense I'm getting with these cards coming in together. The next card that's coming up here for the Sagittarius collective is the Nine of Pentacles. And Nine of Pentacles is like wonderful, because Nine of Pentacles is um like financial independence. It's stability, security. It's a card that comes up when we've gotten our anxiety under control. It's a card that can indicate successful self-employment. So maybe some of you are feeling motivated to do something here to get your finances in order a little bit more quickly, or to move forward with like some kind of self-employment. But Nine of Pentacles is also getting our anxiety under control, and I see this card come up a lot when we're going to take something up that maybe in the past we haven't been successful because our anxiety got the best of us. We would get really freaked out about what other people were thinking, or about the problems that was happening in our life, and we couldn't focus. So I feel here, Sagittarius, in this situation, you're breaking out of a certain pattern. I don't know if I want to say cycle, but a certain pattern where maybe before you wouldn't speak up, or you would speak up and then you would get very panicked. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh my gosh, what if this backfires? Oh, and I feel in this situation you're like, no, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know what the rules are. I know what the procedures are. I know what's legal and what's not legal. And I can sleep very comfortably. I can live my life very comfortably. I can go about my day very comfortably, not being gaslit, or not second guessing myself, or not being worried about, does this person not like me? Is this person going to talk bad about me? What are other people thinking about it? You're not bothered by it at all. I feel with this Nine of Pentacles, you're doing what you need to do. You're focusing on you. You're focusing on your stability. You're focusing on your security. And you're not at all concerned or worried about um, somebody else's opinion of that, right? You're like, I'm not going to go down for somebody else's stupidity. I'm not going to get thrown under the bus, because when this backfires, then they're going to say, oh, well, Sagittarius did it. And nobody's going to listen to you when you say, yeah, but I told them it wasn't going to work and they said I had to do it anyway. Oh, no, why would I say that? So it's like, you're not worried. You're not concerned about standing up in this situation. You're not concerned about reporting something. You're like, this needs to be done. This needs to be done, and I need to do what I need to do and take the steps that I need to take to have stability and to have security in my life. Some of you could be setting financial boundaries with someone. I see it happen a lot of the times people will have, sometimes people run into obstacles when they're working on their financial goals. Maybe you're trying to save up to buy a car or buy a house or move out or remodel or start a business or whatever it might be. There could be something significant you're saving up for. And something I see happen a lot is it never happens because somebody has some kind of an emergency. Somebody comes and, oh my gosh, Sagittarius, I have this emergency. I need your help. We need this, we need that. And you hand over the money. And you may or may not get paid back. And if you get paid back, it might take a very long time. And then there's some other kind of emergency and some other kind of expense. So some of you might be setting a financial boundary where you might decide that you're saving in secret. You're not, sometimes we want to speak things into existence, and we might say, oh, I'm looking at cars and I'm going to get this kind of car. Oh, I'm looking at a house. I'm going to get this kind of house. Oh, I'm going to have this kind of business. I'm going to invest in this, invest in that. And people are like, oh, Sagittarius has money. And then they hit you up with some kind of an emergency. So maybe for some of you, the boundary is as simply as, I'm going to make my moves in silence. I'm not going to tell people what I'm up to. Nobody's going to know I have this money. Nobody's going to know I'm saving this money. It could be that kind of situation, that kind of boundary. Or you might just simply start telling people, no, that's off limits. Or, oh, I put it into like some kind of an account where I'm not allowed to withdraw it. I can't reach it. They won't release those funds to me. Or just simply saying no. I'm not handing it over. So there could be some kind of financial boundary here with some of you where you're getting really focused on what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to create in your life. The next card that's coming up here for the Sagittarius Collective, look at this. A lot of swords. So you know what this is telling me, Sagittarius? This is interesting because we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd. And the new moon typically is a time of calling in new energy and manifesting. And Sagittarius, we don't have a single cup in your reading for this week. The moon is usually associated with emotions and feelings. We don't have a single cup. We don't have a single emotion here other than IDGF, and I'm not going to worry about it. We don't have a single emotion here. So, what this is telling me, Sagittarius, is you're manifesting and you're calling stuff in by having these very firm boundaries in place, and you're not feeling bad about it at all. You're being very logical, which is good. You're being logical. You're being reasonable. You're not coming into it in an emotional situation. You're not getting worried or tied down with anybody else's reaction. You're like, that's a them problem. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. And you're not feeling bad about anything. Even if it's to tell people, no, I can't help you out. Or I have to set this boundary here. I can't be there for you. There's not a single cup here. So you're moving forward very analytically, very logically, very matter of fact, like it's all business. I feel in this energy you have this laser beam focus. You know what you want. You know where you're trying to get. You've worked really hard for where you are right now. And you are not allowing anybody to interfere or to ruin the progress or to set you back or to get in the way of where you're headed. You're not having it. You're not allowing it. And you're in this really tough as nails, no nonsense, all business energy. Don't be surprised if people don't accuse you of being cold or even calculating. There could be in a work situation here where you're standing up for yourself and saying, I can't do that. That's against the regulations. I'm not going to get in trouble. And you could have somebody above you getting talked to or getting written up. And that person might look at you like, oh, Sagittarius is calculating. Sagittarius planned that. Oh, Sagittarius is, fighting dirty. And meanwhile, it was their own ego that got them in trouble. It was their own pride that got them in trouble. But you know what? You're not worried about it. You're like, I don't care what they think. I don't care if they think I'm cold. I don't care if they think I'm calculating. I know where I need to be, and I'm not going to let anyone ruin that for me. And that's a very powerful energy to be in, my dears. That's a very, very powerful energy to be in. You might want to check out your moon sign, King of Swords here. If you do have air sign placements, because you have all this air, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those other areas of your life. King of Swords is also like coming to an agreement, negotiating a situation. He's the master of mediation, the master of negotiation, and he's really good at finding the win-win solution in things. And so you might be approaching a situation, and you're approaching it very logically, very reasonably. You're not going into the situation where you're like, it's not fair and everybody's being mean to me and I deserve this and I deserve that. You're not going into it with emotion. You're going into it with cold, hard facts. Like, this is what happened. This is what happened. Facts, 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 facts. Facts, 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 facts. Facts upon facts upon facts. Mic drop. When we go into a situation and we're emotional, people will be like, "Oh, you're just emotional right now. Oh, you're just upset right now. Oh, you just need a moment to cool off." But when you go into a situation with facts, facts can't be disputed. It's not an emotional argument. And I feel like you're doing this quite naturally because, as I said, you're not bothered. You don't have a single cup in this equation. You don't have a single uh uh you know what to give. You don't care. But you don't care in the right way. In the right way for this situation. And so you're just going in and spitting facts. So I feel there's this mic drop moment for you, Sagittarius. You might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign videos. Some weeks, your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. There's a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. There's a link in the description that will take you to the weekly forecast playlist so you can see the other forecasts. Also a link that will take you to the November love readings. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.